So just keep going with the recap. So massive transformation is rarely a single leap. It is a series of micro decisions that quietly accumulate power. And so if you're going to take some notes, I'll go ahead and take those notes there, because that massive transformation that you and I look for when you're becoming a better version of yourself, where you're starting to heal, you're starting to attract more abundance, more wealth, more prosperity, and all of those things back to yourself. What is that? That comes from micro habits. Micro habits, doing little tiny things. If you want to see at the end of the day, if you want to see major things happen in your life, like how my first mentor, he would say that, he'd say, well, how do you eat a 10,000 pound elephant? One bite at a time. Simply put, one bite at a time. Yes, yes, Janae. Yes, we welcome back. Thank you, thank you. And so this is what you're doing as you're moving in the right direction. See, and here's the thing about micro movements, creating tiny micro habits day by day. Micro habits create less resistance. Because remember, the subconscious mind, it loves what? Put it in the chat. What does the subconscious mind love? Come on, y'all. What does it love? It loves the what? Come on, come on, come on, come on. What does it love? The familiar. Thank you, Trinity. Thank you, Monique. It loves the familiar. And so if you are accustomed to, thank you, Fine Wine. If you are accustomed to living in scarcity, if you are accustomed to living, thank you, Janae. If you're accustomed to living in scarcity, if you're accustomed to living at just enough, and as you begin to attract more wealth and abundance, one of the things that your natural state would do is to feel uncomfortable with something new, because the subconscious mind, it loves the familiar. That which is familiar is seen as safe. That which is unfamiliar, that which is new, is seen as unsafe, and sometimes viewed as dangerous. So because it is, hey Britt, good to see you on, because it's unsafe and it's unfamiliar, that new era, even though it's the better thing, it's what you've been wanting, it's still seen by the subconscious mind as an adversary. So now this is what the micro habits do, doing small things each day, doing small moments of meditation. Oh, I have a big problem, doing meditation. Do it for 5 minutes. Sit for 3 minutes starting off. Then move from 3 minutes to 4 minutes and 4 minutes to 5 minutes. Start with micro habits. Send out one email. If you're working on a book, write one paragraph a day. Then get it up to 2 paragraphs a day. Then get it to a page a day. And then in uncommon hours, in due time, what will happen? You'll have a book. You'll have a new life. You're exercising more. You're doing things. So what you want to do is to step by step, incorporate new micro habits that cause less resistance from your subconscious mind. Does that make sense? How you avoid the huge, because when you're making huge leaps, those huge leaps can be met with great resistance, because it's a huge step. But because, right, that compound effect. But because you're taking moments, bits, micro habits, micro shifts each day, you begin over time, that compounding effect that Fine Wine is talking about, you literally wind up having huge benefits from making small steps. So it makes a whole lot of sense to focus on this aspect of it. The law of compounding does not apply just to money. It doesn't. And that's what Fine Wine is talking about. This this law of compounding, it applies to identity. So whatever it is that you do, how you see yourself, if you're a person that exercises, just like how Antoine, when he first started working out, he started walking, and he started walking, a half a mile and then a mile, and then he got up, over the weeks and times of us being together, before it got ultra cold and dipping down into the negative numbers. This guy was walking 4 and 5 miles every single day. And that ability was built through the use of this compounding law. And so it's very, very powerful. Now, here's another thing, and then we're going to catch up to where we are, and so we can start off for today. So as you stop auditioning for your own life, you literally, that main character energy means you stop auditioning for approval and you start embodying self-trust. Self-trust is absolutely vital when it comes to you moving into the better areas of your own life. Auditioning looks like over-explaining, people pleasing, doing all kinds of things where you see yourself as secondary and your behaviors start to confirm it. You literally, because you put everybody and everything else in place. And because you put everything and everybody above your own needs. Hey, Tabby, good to see you in here. And as you continue to put everybody above and beyond you, you wind up again being an extra in your own story. So let's keep going. The subconscious mind mirrors self-perception. When you see yourself as secondary, your behaviors confirm it. Identity reinforcement begins when you internally declare, this is my story. This is what you have to do for yourself right now. This is your story. When you choose that this is your story, that I remember there was a song that my grandparents used to sing. This is my story. This is my song. Serving my Savior all the day long, or something along those lines. And so this is your story. This is literally your story. This is your ability to shift and to change it. You are, now watch this, and I want you to be mindful of this. You literally are the author of your own story. And you're the actor at the same time. You're the author and the actor. You are the poet and the poem. You literally are creating you're creating your reality by the thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience. And because that is the very nature of this universe and how it responds to us, it is so important for you to make sure that you have main character energy, because where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. Just that simple. All right, we're catching up. Romanticizing repetition. Repetition is key because we have learned over these weeks and months that repetition is vital when it comes to the subconscious mind and how it rolls. The subconscious mind literally loves the familiar. How do you become familiar? How does something become familiar to your subconscious mind? From emotional repetition. So repetition is not stagnation. It is a neural reinforcement. It is a neural reinforcement. Because from a neurological perspective, you literally, based upon that neuroplasticity, you are rewiring your brain with these micro shifts, these micro habits that you're creating. And so as a clinically certified hypnotherapist, there is not one, I can tell you, one of the greatest things that you can do is to shift small habits. Just shift small habits. Do small things each and every day. And as you do the small thing, you have to simply make sure that it is in alignment with the version of you that you truly want to experience and not anything else. Because when you start to allow other types of habits that are juxtaposed to who it is that you see yourself as, that's where the problem comes in. Because now, in an energetic universe, thank you, Carter. When you are in an energetic universe, and that universal language is frequency, what frequency are you broadcasting when you're not the main character in the story? And so it is absolutely imperative that you are the main character, that you love on yourself, that you put yourself front, stage, and center in this process. And so as you do that, and you're doing it habitually, You're literally creating new neural pathways in your brain. Literally creating new neural pathways in your brain. The Tao Te Ching, it teaches that nature does not hurry. It does not hurry. We talk about that all the time. Hey, Sabali, good to see you. Good to see you on in here. Okay, I see you, Henson. Henson, you change your name a little bit. I see you. Come on, I'm with it all. I'm with it all. But I see the picture. I recognize the picture. Thank you, Sabali. Good to see you. Good to see you on up in here. But nature doesn't rush. Nature doesn't hurry things. That's why it's so important. Hey, good to see you, Blue Diamond. A little bit. I see you. I see you. It's all good. All right. All right, Sakita. It's good to see you. I see you. And so nature doesn't rush anything. That's why it's so important to recognize the power of divine timing and trusting that everything is moving as it should, working and believing that the universe is orchestrating this stuff with you and for you so that you can become the better version of yourself, because it's about the journey, not necessarily the destination. And so as you're focusing on the journey and you're becoming the better version of yourself, it is through these micro decisions that you're making each day, the repetition that's not stagnation, that is doing the neural reinforcement. The subconscious mind, as I say all of the time, it thrives on familiarity. When healthy patterns become familiar, they become automatic. Write that down. Okay, good. All right, Sabali, we got you. Y'all love on Sabali. She's still in here and she's working through, she's working through her healing journey. And so we just send some more good healing energy towards you, because we all need a little healing energy from time to time. But yeah, thank y'all so much for loving on Sabali. Give her a little good energy right now. Thank y'all so much. I truly appreciate you. So again, nature does not hurry. Sustainable growth mirrors nature, steady, rhythmic, and patient. I need you to be steady, rhythmic, and patient with yourself. Be consistent. Be consistent. And as you're consistent, you'll see the benefits begin to come into place, right? You'll see that bit by bit, moment by moment, session by session, live by live, each and every moment. And so hopefully this will fit within the construct of what you have going on. Let's talk about healing for a second. Let's talk about healing. And this is great. This is perfect time. We're moving in the right direction. And Sabali, this is definitely for you. Healing does not have to feel dramatic or profound. Your subconscious mind, your physical body knows the blueprint. You came here with the blueprint for the optimal state of health. And so when the environment of your physical body is conducive for malady, sickness, disease, one of the greatest things that you can do is to cultivate an environment. Hey, Amy, I didn't even see you come in. Is where you can cultivate an environment where your body naturally heals itself, because it begins to bend and acquiesce back to its normal state. Its normal state. Its prime directive blueprint. All right. Healing does not have to feel dramatic to be profound. Emotional regulation is not suppression. It is sovereignty. And I need y'all to get that. As you are doing, as you're no longer responding the way you used to, you're no longer as angry as you used to easily get angered, and you're starting to emotionally regulate your response is so much better. You're taking breaths. You're using your peace be still. You're using all of the tools that we've learned together to maintain that emotional stability. That emotional stability is not suppression. It should never, and see, I don't want you to think that because you're not responding that to negative things that happen in your space, sometimes you can suppress it. We're not talking about suppression here. We're talking about letting it go, letting it flow, letting it experiencing whatever it is that you're going to experience, but not staying there. Hey, Jabs, good to see you on. Not staying there. And as you don't stay there, you allow your nervous system to kick in and everything begins to change. That's why I love that scripture that says, Be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. Be ye transformed. Be you transformed. You will be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Now that's not just some cute little euphemism. That's just not you saying, "Oh, I changed my mind, so therefore, my thoughts are changing." Okay, that's fine. Yes. But there's more to it. Hey, Living Word, I see you in here. Welcome in. There's more to it. There's more to it. There's more to it. Because it says you will be transformed. Everything about you will be transformed when you change, when you shift your mind. Because we understand that where our focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. We live in an energetic universe. This energetic universe's language is frequency. And we're constantly broadcasting a frequency. That frequency, you just have to ask, what are the variables in your broadcast? What are the variables in your broadcast? Good to see you, Mother Love. Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you, Blue Diamond. Thank you so much for that, Kitty. I truly appreciate it. What is it that is a part that's incorporated into your broadcast signal? Is fear a part of that signal? Is doubt a part of that signal? Is secondary posture a part of that? Is people pleasing a part of that signature that signal that's being broadcast? What are the variables that are being broadcast into your electromagnetic field? And as you're broadcasting those, the quantum field receives it and it reflects it back to you as reality. Because the universal law of correspondence says what? It says, as within, so without. As above, so below. So that simply says is that the reality that you and I are experiencing every single day is merely a reflection of what's happening on the inside. And it is happening. And so instead of chasing shift and change by your hands, you do shift and change by doing the internal work, changing the internal dialogue. And so the healing, it comes in. So that's where the heart-brain coherence comes in. And so when you have heart-brain coherence, that means that the thoughts that you have are in alignment with the feelings that you're experiencing. They're not juxtaposed to one another. No, they're congruent. And as they're congruent, you have coherence. In coherence, there is healing. Because in that state of being, you begin to reduce the production of cortisol into your bloodstream. And you begin to increase the serotonins, the dopamines, the oxytocins, the feel-good hormones. That's where you want to be. And so healing, again, healing does not have to feel dramatic to be profound. You can have major healing and profound healing in your body when you begin to incorporate this type of regulation of your nervous system. The Bhagavad Gita, it speaks of steady wisdom, remaining grounded amidst chaos. When we talk in Kemet, there's something called Menab meditation. Instead, and that's in the midst of the throes of chaos, you're able to quiet the mind, quiet the spirit, quiet the body. And as you do that in the midst of the turmoil that's around you, you realize that you're operating from main character energy. You're not allowing existential things to existential variables to come into your space to change your vibrational frequency. You're not allowing external validation to become your prime objective because you're not living from somebody else's expectations anymore. You're the main character, so you're living from your intentions and expectations. It's a totally different perspective. You're not looking at your life through the lens of your mother anymore. You're not looking through the lens of your father. You're not looking through the lens of your children, your significant other. You are looking through the lens of love, self-love for you. Because as you do that, that puts you in a whole new posture and you begin to vibrate and resonate at a higher frequency. That higher frequency is akin to wealth, abundance, prosperity, healing, all of those things. And so that you can now draw into your experience based upon the universal law of correspondence, as within, so without. You look at the law of vibration. Vibration first, form second, or wave first, form second. Then the universal law of attraction can come into place. Thank you so much, Willie, for that sage smart being. I appreciate that. You know he's real cool. You know, that's my little fella right there. That's my little fella. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you, Willis. And so it's so important that we do this. It's so important because as we're moving into new eras of living, as this planet is shifting, as realities are changing. We are no longer being distracted by things outside of us. We are solidly grounded within us. That is the renewal of the mind. Because be ye renewed, be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. That is the transformation that we're talking about. Main character energy. Woo! We good. We're good. We're good. And listen, if we have about 40 folks in here right now. If we have any newbies in here, let us know that you're a newbie by putting newbie in the chat. I truly appreciate you. Thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Trinity. Because you know I like those flames. I love those flames. Thank you. So if you are a newbie in here, please let us know that you're a newbie by putting newbie in the chat. We just want to love on you, whether that's here on TikTok or over here on YouTube. All right, let's do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you, Trinity, for those finger hearts. I truly appreciate you. And so as we're at the top of the hour, I want to celebrate the fact that we're at 28K. So that means we're tapping away. Hopefully, we have a goal of hitting 100,000 likes. And so hopefully we will go ahead and continue to tap away, and we'll be able to hit that mark before today is out. So excellent. Thank y'all so much. And listen, hey, Nina B, good to see you on in here. Y'all love on Nina B. Hey, Lioness, we see you. Y'all love on Lioness too. Thank you, thank you. So glad to have y'all up in here. I truly appreciate it. Listen, if this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. If this is your vibe, this might be your tribe. So listen, come back. I encourage you to come back. We're here every day, Monday through Thursday, from 12 to 2. And every day we have conversations like this so that you can become the better version of yourself. And again, if this is your vibe, this might be your tribe, I would invite you to become a part of the Oasis. The Oasis is our channel on Discord. That's right, we have a channel on Discord. And inside there, we have some powerful stuff happening. And so inside of the Oasis, every Monday morning, we had it today. Every Monday morning at 9 a.m., we have our Monday morning meditation. We have some pre-recorded meditations in there. We have some pre-recorded hypnosis sessions in there. We have a women's safe space where there's a dialogue with women having, talking about real issues and real things that are very pertinent to their health, their well-being, their mental health, and also the feminine stuff in there too. So, we want to thank Janae for being the moderator and curator for the content inside of the women's safe space. So y'all need to be in there and being a part of that really engaging conversation. And then tonight, for the first time, we're having our rabbit hole talks. Now, these are conversations that are very, very deep. They are conversations that may be like conspiracy theory kind of stuff. Thank you so much, Blue Diamond, for my crown. I appreciate that. So I welcome you guys to become a part of the Oasis. And it's really easy to become a part of the Oasis. All you have to do is to click on that good looking picture of that guy right there here on TikTok. And as you click on that picture, you can become a super fan. And as you become a super fan, TikTok will automatically put you in the Oasis. And again, and the Oasis is our channel on Discord. The other thing is if you say, AD, I'm maybe having some technical difficulties, or I'm having some financial difficulties, and I'm having a challenge getting into the Oasis. If you really want to be in the Oasis, one of our folks will help you. One of our moderators. So over here on TikTok, we have Fine Wine and Mimi. On YouTube, we have Janae and Willis. And so to become a part of the Oasis, if you're having challenges, just reach out to them. So listen, here's the last thing, and we're gonna start back up our talk in just a second. The highest level of engagement is actually being a part of the Oasis Mind Spa. That's right. The highest level of engagement is being a part of the Oasis Mind Spa. The Mind Spa, and there are many members of the Oasis Mind Spa on this live right now on both TikTok and on YouTube. And so what does that mean? That means you either work with me one-on-one, or you have been a part of our virtual hypnosis experience. And so if you are ready to take your life to the next level, yes, I'm a success coach, and yes, I'm a clinically certified hypnotherapist. Yes, I work with C-suite executives, professional athletes. I work with folks just like you that are looking to do better and to be better. And so if you're ready for that, if you're ready for that shift in your life, listen, I'm about to put a link up here. It's a little banner. And if you put this, thank you so much, Fine Wine. I'm gonna put this little banner up here. They've changed how it looks. So I'm gonna pin it. I think this is it. There it is. So if you want to work with me one-on-one, just click on that little form. Y'all see, can y'all see that form? Because they've changed it. They've literally changed how it looks. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see where it says work with AD? If you can see it, just put yes. All right, excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Fine Wine. Excellent. So it's going to be up there for a few more minutes. If you want to work with me one-on-one, go ahead and fill that form out in its entirety, and then you'll come back here and we'll continue on. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So let's keep going. If y'all are ready for part 5, put 5 in the chat. Put 5 in the chat. And listen, if you are looking to work with me, this is for serious inquiries only. This is not, this if you're just trying to figure it out, this is not it. This is if you are dead set, you've been watching for a while, and you're ready to take that next big step. That is where you do it. All right, y'all. Here it is, part 5. The future self watching the montage. And when I keep saying montage is like a little part of, it's like a little part of the movie where it's kind of like a cutaway, but it just kind of focuses on a particular character, and they have this whole montage that goes on that incorporates that part. All right. So your future self is not waiting at the finish line. Now be mindful. Your future self is not waiting at the finish line. They are being constructed in real time. Your future you is not out there. Your future you is not out there. Your future you is literally here. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Willis. It's out. It's not out there. It's here. It's here, and it is now, and it is being constructed in real time. You are watching yourself become the person. You're watching yourself. You're literally watching yourself become the version of yourself that you've always wanted. From a quantum perspective, we already know that where our focus goes, energy flows. And where our energy flows, manifestation soon follows. Because what is happening, wave is collapsing into form. And so by virtue of what we call the observer effect, when you are observing your life, when you see yourself you're making decisions based upon destiny and not circumstances, as you do that and you see yourself from that place, literally you're turning the wave, the probability waveform into form. You're turning a wave into form. You're turning a wave into form. You're turning the field of possibility out of that field of possibility, or the quantum field. It is rising. The main character is rising from that based upon your focus. Here we go. The quantum identity suggests that the version of you envision already exists. I love the way Wayne Dyer would say it. He said, he would say, I want you to hold intention as not something that you have to do, not something that you have to chase, not something that you have to go after, but as something that you connect with. All right. Let that pause for a second. Now grab this now. I want you to look at, and I love the way he said it. Look at your intentions as something that you must connect with, not that you must grind and hustle and work to manifest. No. This assumption that the thing already exists. Because remember, in the quantum field, every iteration of you exists. Every version of you already exists. The happy you, the sad you, the sick you, the healed you, the rich you, the broke you. Every version of yourself exists in the quantum field as a potentiality. And it literally exists. The full-fledged, full-out blown version of you exists already right now. The version of you that has everything that you have ever wanted exists right now. No ifs, no ands, no buts about it. How do you get there? By quantum leaping into the wealthy version of yourself. By quantum leaping into the healed version of yourself. The quantum leaping into the version of you that has everything that you have ever wanted. It is a part of the process. And by virtue of your observation, what begins to happen? Through observation, you collapse the timelines and you cause your experience to manifest very, very quickly. Does everybody understand that? If you understand that, put yes in the chat. If you understand that, put yes in the chat. Come on, y'all. Excellent. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Willis. Thank you, Tabby. Thank you, Jabs. Thank you, A-Town. Thank you, Sakita. Thank you, Elsie. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Sunshine. We're moving in the right direction. The law of assumption. The law of assumption, it comes into this part too now. Because the version of you that exists, it's already there. It's already there. And so by virtue of your focus, you focusing and you're making those micro shifts. You're choosing step by step, day by day to incorporate habits and actions into your life that are in alignment with the vision that you have for yourself. So if you see yourself as a wealthy person, you need to be doing things each day that a wealthy person would be doing. Because, and here's the thing, it's not the question, the question that you need to be asking yourself is not, what do I need to do to become wealthy? See, that's where most people begin, but that's also where most people begin. They mess up. How you do it, the question that you need to be asking is, who is it do I need to become in order to attract this? This amount of wealth, this amount of healing, this amount of happiness, this amount of love. Who do I need to become to attract, my significant other? Who do I need to become to heal this physical body? What does that person look like? How do I embody that? Because remember, thank you, Fine Wine. Yes, I am the greatest of all times. The universe does not give us what we ask for. The universe gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. So again, thank you, Janae. Who is it that I need to become in order to experience all of these things? The law of assumption teaches that assuming you are becoming powerful subtly shifts how you move. Main character energy. No longer the side item, no longer the extra, but main character. When you emotionally bond with your future self, that's why I say self-love is the very foundation upon which you will make every true commitment to yourself. Because when you emotionally bond with your future self, procrastination decreases because alignment increases. You're literally beginning to expel those limiting beliefs that you're holding on to. And instead of making decisions based upon circumstances, you make decisions based on what? Come on now, what's the word? You make decisions based on destiny. And so you're shifting. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Monique. So that's right, Janae. Your most dominant assumption about anything and everything will be your experience at some point in time. You will begin to attract into your experience the highest vibrational frequency based upon your highest assumption and your most dominant assumption. If you assume that you're broke, you're going to experience brokenness. If you assume that you're sick, you're going to experience sickness. If you assume your greatest assumption, this is the law. This is the law of assumption. So again, when you emotionally bond with your future self, and we do that with what? What emotion do we do? Because we already know that when we pair an elevated emotion and a clear intention together, magic begins to happen. When you pair an elevated emotion with a clear intention and you do it repeatedly, you're literally collapsing the timeline and you're calling out of the quantum field that which you are a vibrational match for. Gratitude. Thank you, Fine Wine. Gratitude. So even when we do our meditations on Monday morning, we're grateful for the shift and change. We're grateful for the abundance that continues to show up in our lives. We're grateful because we understand that gratitude is the great summoner. For whatever it is that you're grateful for, you attract an abundance of it to you, because a clear intention paired with an elevated emotion creates magic. The elevated emotion is gratitude. The intention is whatever you intend on experiencing. Good to see you on, Nikki. Welcome in. Welcome in. Dressing like the professional you aim to become changes posture and tone. You're getting in character. Be it until you see it. Not fake it till you make it, but be it till you see it. Be it till you see it. Speak it, live it. So dressing the professional, dressing the part, dressing the role, becoming becoming the version of yourself that has everything that you want to become. So be in alignment. This is about alignment. This is about alignment. You can't sit there and say you want to attract wealth and abundance, but you do things that folks that are operating from a place of scarcity do. You cheat, you don't tip. You don't give, you're not open. It is always going to be about alignment. Alignment with what? Your highest and best version of yourself. The alignment with your passionate purpose. Because as you are aligned with these things, what is it that you're aligning with? Each one of these things, this becoming has a frequency. And so that becoming, as you are becoming the better version of yourself, that means you are you're fine tuning your vibrational frequency to be in alignment with the new version of you. Does that make sense? Every day. So by the thoughts you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience, you're literally tweaking the vibrational frequency. You're changing the dial, and you're changing the frequency that you're broadcasting. And as you're changing the frequency that you're broadcasting, you're projecting out into the quantum field a new frequency. Oh, now she's on a new frequency today. Trinity's on a new frequency today. And because she's on a new frequency today, she's going to experience something new. But if you continue to play if you dial it back, and you're playing the same old sad songs, you're playing the same old stories over and over again, that's just what happens. So you're making the shift, you're making the change, and we want to stay in that vibrational state. And in that vibrational state, that frequency, we're beginning to attract the abundance that we're looking for, the healing that we're looking for, the safety that we're looking for, all of the amazing and beautiful things. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you grabbing that daily heart me. Thank you, Kai. Willis is dropping bars. My assumption is there is only one world that exists, and it resides within you. That's what it says. It says that the kingdom of heaven is within you. And when you look at what is capable, what is possible, only your own limiting beliefs can keep you lock in step with lack, want, need. And only you can free yourself through the liberation of your mind. Be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. Refresh, revive, renew, becoming a better version of yourself, changing the thoughts that you have. This is your greatest season. Palmer, you're more than welcome. I'm glad you're up in here. I really am. We all glad that you're up in here. If y'all are ready for part 6, put 6 in the chat. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. If y'all are ready for part 6, put 6 in the chat. We are moving at light speed today. Shoot, y'all might get out a little bit early today. I'm super excited about that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I see all of you. Oh, boy. Boredom is the birthplace of brilliance. Let me just throw a little foolishness out there. In a stimulation-driven world, stillness feels uncomfortable. We are so accustomed to being busy. We're so accustomed to constantly being active and moving that we always have to be doing something. And as we're doing something, we feel like we're being productive. Thank you, Fine Wine, for reminding everybody that we're tapping away. We're already at 43,000. This is excellent because we're at 43,000. We're moving in the right direction because we're gonna get to our 100K today. In a stimulation-driven world, stillness feels uncomfortable, yet stillness stabilizes the nervous system. So yes, I'm bored. Bored is something that I have not been in a very long time. Simply because it's not about the stillness, it's not about the quiet. When you say you're bored, really what you're saying is that your life is driven by circumstances. and not by purpose. Because when a person is living a life based on purpose and they're driven by passion that's connected to the alignment of their purpose, their passionate purpose, how could you be bored? Thank you so much. Thank you, Amy, for those populace. I appreciate you. How could you be bored? When do you have room to be bored? When you're operating from a place of passionate purpose. Because you're doing the thing that you love to do most and foremost. And because you're doing the thing that you love most and foremost, your vibrational frequency is high. Your vibrational frequency is in alignment. Creativity expands when the mind is not constantly overstimulated. That's why meditation is absolutely powerful and key. Meditation is absolutely powerful and key. Meditation is absolutely powerful and key. The Odu reminds us that patience aligns us with divine timing. Patience aligns us with divine timing. The old African proverb that says there's no prosperity without peace. So peace be still, is powerful. It is time to tap in. So part of your journey, part of your process is what? It is being quiet. It is being soft. It is being gentle. It is being in the stillness. Identity stabilizes in quiet repetition. It's not rah, rah, rah. It's not about a bunch of excitement all of the time. There's a balance between the two. However, identity stabilizes in quiet repetition, not chaotic urgency. And so too many of us are, I got to move. I got to make something happen. I'm making these decisions because, man, I'm looking at my financial situation and I got to move. I got to make some decisions right now. Yeah. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Where you're constantly feeling that you have to be doing something. You're constantly feeling like you have to be making things happen. But see, there's a balance that you have to have. So yes, do you get out there and make things happen? Yes, you do. However, there is a space where you have to be balanced. You have to be quiet. You have to calm the nervous system. And it's more than just going to sleep at night. You have to calm it in your waking hours. And in your waking hours, you have to make that shift into that quiet space, because it's in that quiet space where your creative faculties come alive. It's in that quiet space where you solidify how you see yourself and how you show up for and to yourself. It's just that simple. Choosing an evening walk instead of endless scrolling strengthens clarity and mood regulations. Thank you, Fine Wine. Yeah, this is we do master classes up in here every day. Every day we do master classes. Let's continue to do this. That's right, Tabby. And the idle mind is the devil's playground. And so we want to make sure that we are in alignment with our passionate purpose, especially that divine passionate purpose. So instead of sitting there scrolling all day and all night long, get up and go for a walk today. What do we talk about? We talked about micro habits. We talked about making tiny micro movements that minimize resistance that your subconscious mind will put up to you doing the new thing. Because it loves the what? It loves the familiar. Journaling your thoughts, it reduces mental noise. So before you go to bed at night, write down your day. Write down what you were grateful for. Write down there's a good time to journal. Instead of jumping on your device and scrolling and seeing all of the chaos and the foolery that is happening in the world, go within. Go within. Because as you go within, the noise from outside begins to quiet. As you go within, the outside noise begins to quiet. As the outside noise quiets, you can raise your internal vibrational frequency. As you raise your internal vibrational frequency, you can do an assessment. When it's quiet enough, you can do an assessment. You can see where you are emotionally. You can see where you are physically. You can see where you're making mistakes or where you're making great strides. All right. No, I love that, Leslie. Listen, walk. And so as you do that walking, you have major things beginning to happen internally. You're just fine tuning that frequency. You're fine tuning that frequency with every word that you speak. You're fine tuning it with every action that you take. You're fine tuning it with every thought, every emotion, creating a resonance. That resonance is a frequency, and that frequency is broadcast out into the quantum field, wave before form, wave to form. Then a law of attraction comes into place because now you're a vibrational match for the thing that you created, and you're calling it out of the quantum into your reality. Thank you, Fine Wine, for the finger hearts. I truly appreciate you. If you're ready for part 7, put 7 in the chat. We're moving at light speed. We're probably gonna be done early today. We're gonna be done early today. I'm sure if Mimi were here, she would love the fact that we would be getting out early today. And probably Amy too. Amy, you hear me, Amy? You hear me, Amy? Yeah, I'm messing with you. Oh goodness, yes, we're gonna be out here early today. Here we go. Come on, y'all. Attaching joy to effort. Attaching joy to effort. Attaching joy to effort. When effort is associated with pride instead of pressure, the brain encodes resilience. You'll believe it when you see it. That listen, you see that's why Amy is in the back of the classroom right now. That's see how she cut up. She said, "I believe it when I see it." That's just terrible, just absolutely terrible. See, and that's why your partner in crime, Mimi, is not here today. Not that. All right, come on, y'all. Let's go. When effort is associated with pride, there's nothing wrong with being prideful about your shifts, about your journey, about your becoming. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you want to take it to the next level, effort associated with pride, being proud of the efforts that you're making, instead of putting pressure on yourself for the progress you're making. When you just, I'm prideful about it, what begins to happen? What begins to happen? You literally begin creating levels of resilience like never before. How is it that people seem to be sailing through life? How is it that people continue to over and over again seem to win? That no matter what happens in their life, they continue to keep winning. That is because of one, how they see themselves. They're not making decisions every day based upon their circumstances. They're making decisions based on the long play. They're making decisions based upon their identity. They're making decisions based upon the destiny that they've seen for themselves and the one that they have sold out to. And as you sell out to your own vision, your own dream, your own becoming, you start attracting those things, those experiences into your space. And so when you do so with joy, magic begins to happen, because what do we say? When we have an elevated emotion paired with a clear intention, a clear intention paired with an elevated emotion, a clear intention paired with an elevated emotion like joy. Joy is of a higher vibrational frequency. So what's a part of the broadcast that you're sending out? If joy is a part of it, you're making some major strides. Celebration after completion reinforces identity. When you have your small shifts and you have your small wins, we celebrate small wins. When you finish your first page, you dance around. You celebrate the fact that you're working on your new book and you finish the cover. And you got the cover sitting up there, and you can see the cover of your new book. You're ready. You're doing the thing bit by bit, moment by moment. You're celebrating. In Christianity, it reminds us that faith without works is incomplete, or as the scripture would say, faith without works is dead. And so you can believe and you can have all of the faith you want, but you have to do some work, because that work is a part of the process. It's a part of the journey. Yes, you can quantum leap. Yes, you can bypass a whole bunch of traditional steps and all of this stuff to overcome your limiting beliefs and to become the better version of yourself. But at the same time, you have to put pen to paper. You have to create that website. You have to write that book. You have to make that application. You have to send that email. You have to get that subscription to that new platform. You have to go and get you some therapy and heal. You have to do the work, because faith without works is dead. And so As you're choosing this part, gratitude, when you throw gratitude in it, we were just talking about gratitude. Thank you, Monique, for the finger hearts. I appreciate that. Gratitude during the process accelerates the momentum through the law of attraction. Now, here it is. Gratitude. Gratitude is the great summoner. Gratitude is the great summoner. I promise you it will. Gratitude during the process accelerates momentum through the law of attraction. A simple acknowledgement of, I showed up today. I showed up today. I might not have felt like it. My body might not have been in the best state. But guess what? I showed up today. And I'm going to celebrate the fact that I showed up, because as I showed up, it builds a subconscious self-reliance. It not only the self-reliance, but it builds the self-respect. Because the most debilitating, do you know one of the most debilitating things that you could do to yourself? Anybody want to take a guess? What is the worst thing that you can do to yourself? Anybody want to put that in the comment? What do you think? Put that in the chat. What do you think is the worst thing that you could do to yourself? I'm going to wait for a second. Quit. That's a good one. Tabby said be negative. That's a good one. Not trust yourself. That's a good one. Fine wine. Renee says give up. Oh, this is good. Not trust yourself. Deny yourself. That's a good one, Monique. Self-sabotage. That's good. Watch this. Ooh, all of these are really, really good. The worst thing that you can do is to lie to yourself. It is to say you're going to do something, especially for yourself, especially but for your future. You say you're going to do it and you don't do it. When you lie to yourself, you destroy your own self-value. Because everybody wants to, who wants to work with somebody that's not trustworthy? Every one of us wants to work with somebody that's trustworthy. Oh, that's a good one, Willis. Everybody wants to work with somebody that's trustworthy. Everybody wants to work with somebody that's reliable. Everybody wants to work with someone that is integrous, right? But are you that person for you? And see, this is the thing. See, not doing what you said you were going to do is not main character energy. Main characters, protagonists in the story, they drive and they move the story along with their character. Their actions, the words that they speak, the emotions that they allow to well up in them, it moves the story forward. But see, the problem is many of you are not the main characters in your story. So therefore, you're in the background. Watch this. And because you're in the background and you're back here and you're behind it and you're wearing a mask, it's easy for you to disappoint yourself because nobody's looking anyway. You're not the main character in the story, so it's easy for you to quit. So nobody notices that I quit because I didn't tell anybody that I was doing it in the first place. You see what I'm saying? It's easy for you to lie to yourself. It's easy for you to disappoint. Never make it easy to disappoint yourself. Because the more you disappoint you, the more you internally don't feel safe. You don't trust yourself. That's why you always need help. That's why many times people are always play the victim. Because they feel like I'm not in control. The worst thing that you could do, the most debilitating thing that you could do, is to lie to yourself. Lie to me. Lie to somebody else. But never lie to yourself. Become the better version of yourself. Katja, it's hard for you to understand that one. It's simple. It's very simple. You have to tell yourself the truth. You have to do the thing that you said you were going to do for you. Because when you don't do what you said you were going to do for you, you debilitate your power. You strip yourself of your power to make things happen. It's easy for you to quit. It's easy for you to become a victim. It's easy for you to be held captive by your own limiting beliefs, your own doubts, your own fears. You're not the main character in your story. So therefore, it's easy for you to disappoint yourself because you're accustomed to being disappointed. You see? And so that's why it is absolutely important that you be honest with yourself and you do the thing. And that's why the old axiom says, do the thing and you shall have power. Do the thing and you shall have power. Power to move mountains, power to shift your life, power to change, power to become. Do the thing and you shall have power. If y'all are ready for part 8, put 8 in the chat. Ooh, we're moving along good. Ooh, this is good. Limiting beliefs are the reason why the wealthiest place on the planet is the cemetery. The wealthiest place on the planet is the cemetery. You might need to. You might need to, America. The wealthiest place on the planet is the graveyard because it is filled with books that were never written, music that was never produced, songs never heard, businesses never launched. It's filled with all of those things. Filled with ideas and inventions that never quite made it to daylight. They only resided here or here. They were never birthed or born. They fell prey to limiting beliefs. They fell prey to doubt. They fell prey to procrastination. Do the thing and you shall have power. Do the thing and you shall have power. Write the book. Create an impact on the planet. Create an impact in your own world. That's right, Wallace. Unfulfilled dreams. This could be the greatest season of your life if you chose it to be. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Part 8, identity reinforcement through language. Identity reinforcement through language. Words spoken consistently become internal truths. Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. That's a truth that we speak all of the time. The universal law of correspondence says, as within, so without, as above, so below. We say that all of the time. Words are powerful. I love to quote Dumbledore from Harry Potter when he says, words are our most inexhaustible source of power. Our words are our most inexhaustible source of power. Words spoken consistently become internal truths. The subconscious mind accepts repetition as reality, so self-talk is programming. What you say to yourself, your subconscious mind is always listening. It's always recording. And because it's always listening, it's always recording, it's always absorbing into the programming. The programming, the subconscious mind is where the programming resides. So when it is that you want to create something different outside of your limiting beliefs, you have to reprogram those limiting beliefs. But first and foremost, you have to recognize what they are. Words spoken consistently become internal truths. That's why hypnotherapy is so powerful a tool. That's why I love being a clinically certified hypnotherapist, because it is through the words that I help to incorporate and inculcate into my programs where I begin to reprogram the subconscious mind. And I put it in alignment with your passionate desires. And as I put them in alignment, the thoughts you have begin to shift. The words you speak begins to shift internally and externally. The emotions that you experience shift. The thoughts that you have, the words you speak, the actions you take, and the emotions that you experience, the protocols of alignment, they shift. And as they shift, you are broadcasting a new frequency. So you begin to experience a new what? A new reality. I am becoming disciplined reinforces trajectory versus I'm lazy. I'm becoming. Now watch how we just did that. You're in the same state of being, but then you say, what do you say to yourself? I'm becoming more disciplined. Not because I fell off, I'm lazy. Hey Dana, good to see you. Good to see you. The subconscious accept repetition as reality. Self-talk. Speak to yourself. Speak to yourself in a positive way. So, the law of correspondence. It suggests that as within, so without. That language reshapes the inner atmosphere. And as you reshape the inner atmosphere, you're affecting the external world. You're literally changing the vibrational frequency of the signal. And as you're changing the vibrational frequency of the signal, you're projecting out a new reality. And that new reality is reflected back to you from the quantum field. The law of correspondence suggests that as within, so without, language shapes inner atmosphere, replacing I have to with I get to. It shifts emotional tone. I have to. I have to makes you a slave to a particular thing. I have to, not I get to. I get to work with all kinds of wonderful athletes. I get to work with all types of amazing people who are looking to become better versions of themselves. Now, watch when I say it the other way. I have to work with people that are trying to become the better version of themselves. I have to work with professional athletes. I have to do this. That doesn't sound the same. It has a different tone. It has a different frequency. And because it has a different frequency, it feels different. Do y'all see the difference between the two simple words? Do you see the difference? You see the difference. You feel the difference. Can you feel that difference? When I say I have to versus I get to. And so just as you heard that and you felt the difference, don't you think your physical body and your subconscious mind, it hears too and it feels too? Because as it feels too and it hears, all of those things are coming into play. All of those things are coming into play. If y'all are ready for part 9, put 9 in the chat. We are moving at light speed today. We are going to be up out of here today early. We are going to be up here early today. I'm excited about that. Excellent, excellent. This is my growth era. Transforms inconvenience into initiation. This is my transformation era. I am becoming a better version of myself. I am becoming a better version of myself. I am kind to myself. I'm patient with myself. I'm compassionate with myself. These are the things that help you to become the better version of yourself. Because words have power. Words are our most inexhaustible source of power. The soft power of showing up. Just show up. Remember, the universe does not require perfection. And see, that is a part of the biggest problem that many of us face. We're perfectionists. I got any perfectionists in the room? Any perfectionists in here? Anybody self-proclaimed perfectionist? or you or a recovering perfectionist? I'm a recovering perfectionist. Yes, yes, yes. I may be the coach, but I still wrestle with stuff too. Anybody else in here, a reformed perfectionist? You in recovery too. There we go. We're recovering. We're recovering, y'all. We're recovering. It's the nature of it. We're doing better. I promise you, we're trying to do better. We're recovering from constantly having to make everything perfect. The universe doesn't require perfection. It just requires that you are present. It requires your presence. So, part 9, the soft power of showing up. The soft power of showing up. Strength that does not always look loud. Now, it can. Yes, strength can look, power can look verbose. It can be, externally powerful. But strength doesn't always have to look loud. Sometimes it looks consistent. Persistence weareth the marble. Persistence. The glow up is often invisible until it's undeniable. Anybody got any compliments lately where they told you that you're glowing? Boy, you sure look like you radiating. Boy, your skin looks good. Have you ever just looked in the mirror and caught yourself and say, "Darn, I'm doing all right today. I'm skin kind of good. I'm kind of radiating. I'm glowing." Anybody ever experienced that? Anybody been experiencing that lately? That glow up again is often invisible until it's undeniable. Just undeniable. It's just like that soft glow. Bit by bit, moment by moment. Bit by bit, moment by moment. And then all of a sudden, pow! You're just blinding everybody. You're just blinding everybody. Quantum shifts happen gradually until they appear sudden. In common hours, in due time, in uncommon hours, the manifestation of the thing will happen in your life. Self-trust accumulates quickly before it manifests publicly. I was told I sound happier, clearer, and free on Saturday. Ooh, that's a great compliment, Trinity. Ooh, I love that. Oh, don't we love that for you? Yes. Oh, I love that. Self-trust accumulates quietly before it manifests publicly. Self-trust. You're building self-trust. When you do the thing that you said you were going to do, you're building self-trust. When you do the thing, you shall have power. The power of what? Power of transformation. When you do the thing, you shall have power. Part of the doing the thing gives you self-trust. When you can trust yourself, you can feel safe because you trust yourself. Self-trust accumulates quietly before it manifests publicly. Posting content consistently builds confidence long before it builds an audience. Coming on live every single day until people start to show up. And as you build your community, as you show up more and more and more. That's right, that's right, Janae. That's teaching your soul that you can be trusted. It shows the universe that you can be trusted. It shows that you're a good steward of your own life. It shows that you're a good steward of your body. It shows that you're a good steward of your mind, that you can regulate your emotional state. You're a good steward of it. Self-trust accumulates quietly before it manifests publicly. Choosing calm over chaos builds emotional muscle long before it needs to be tested. You have the emotional muscle now. You have all types of fortitude, strength, abilities, and you walk in it. Are you willing to trust invisible progress, though? That's why. Why do you think I always teach y'all not to believe the reports of your eyes and ears? Why do I teach you that? I teach you every single day. Don't believe the reports of your eyes and ears, because your eyes and ears can only give you the facts, and the facts are time bound. They are time bound. They are bounded by time. The facts are bounded by time. You can only see that which is manifest right now. That's with the natural eye. But the moment you begin to use a different eye, the moment you begin to look at your situation through the lenses of faith, fueled by your destiny, charged by your passion, when you have those things in place, then magic begins to happen. Are you willing to trust invisible progress? You have to. Because if you're going to trust invisible process, it's going to make all the difference in the world. If y'all are ready for part 10, and as we wrap up, put 10 in the chat. Put 10 in the chat. Trusting in invisible progress. Trusting that all is well. If y'all ready for part 10, put 10 in the chat. Living the lifestyle of becoming. One of my good friends, he is an educator in higher ed. He's a dean of a thriving seminary school in Virginia. And he calls himself a process theologian. A process theologian, where he advocates that each and every one of us will always go through a process of becoming in order to be. And so that is be, being a process theologian means that everything has an order to it. Everything is a process of becoming. You have a process of becoming the best version of yourself. There is a journey that you began months, maybe even years ago, of leaving the old you behind. There's a process to it. So this process, if we accept it as a lifestyle, this is very important. Living the lifestyle of becoming. There's no final destination of growth. Expansion is continuous. Expansion is continuous. Romanticizing the process removes the anxiety of the arrival because you're constantly waiting. You're constantly waiting. But my goodness, I sat back and I was doing some assessments, looking at some business stuff, and I had looked at everything that over the years I have created. Everything from television shows to programming to online courses to YouTube channels to now TikTok lives and books that I've written. And when you step back and you look, you say, man, boy, you really accomplished a whole lot. But I didn't think about it because it was just a part of the process. I wasn't hustling and grinding to get to the end. I was just doing what I was to do in that particular season and in that moment. And as you do that, you literally create a different version of you in the most beautiful way because your focus is not on the destination. The focus is on the journey. When you fall in love with becoming, comparison loses its grip. The most magnetic individuals in the world are those visibly committed to evolving. I am visibly committed to evolving. If you're not visibly committed to evolving and becoming the better version of yourself, you're just looking for the outcome. And you're constantly looking for the outcome. And because you're constantly looking for the outcome, that's what the universe is going to continue to give you. Opportunities to continue looking for the outcome. When you could have been becoming all along, when you could have been when you could have been celebrating the fact that you're becoming the better version of yourself right now in this moment. Book by book, word by word, live by live, session by session, you're becoming the better version of yourself. You're slowly tweaking and turning that vibrational frequency. You're turning that knob and you're fine-tuning the frequency so that you can become a vibrational match for the thing that you want to experience that is aligned with your divine purpose and intent. Driven by identity because the universe does not give us what we ask for. It gives to us based upon how we see ourselves. Main character energy is not about ego. It's about ownership. At the end of the day, it's not about that. It is the discipline era is not punishment. It's just preparation. It's not punishment. It's just preparation. You are not behind. You're in character development. You're not behind. You're in character development. You're building the arc of your story because everyone has a story. What's yours? And do you have your pen out and are you writing it, or does somebody else have the pen in their hand? If somebody else has the pen in their hand and they're writing your life script, what do you think that story is going to sound like for you? What do you think it's going to feel like for you? It's not going to be good most often. So be patient with yourself. Be kind with yourself. Understand that all of us go through a process and a journey, and you have to embrace that journey and celebrate that journey along the way. And so, as we celebrate this, this is why I thought it was absolutely imperative. In this season, you have to become the main character in your story, above and beyond all things. Listen, I wrote a book called Cracking the Abundance Code. If you don't have your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, I'm going to share it with you right now. I'm going to share this with you right now, and I'm going to pin it down here at the bottom. If you do not have your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, I urge that you grab it right now. Cracking the Abundance Code, the very first chapter is about understanding and releasing limiting beliefs because you are doing the thing. Abundance is your natural state. I can't say that enough. Abundance is your natural state. Abundance is more than just money. Abundance is having healthy relationships. It's having a love-filled home. It's having great friends. It's having a wonderful life. It's having great health. All of these things lead to your abundance. And so listen, grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code. And when you grab your copy of Cracking the Abundance Code, you're going to have all kinds of great tools to become that better version of yourself. In the very beginning, I have the 21-day roadmap, Cracking the Abundance Code. That 21-day roadmap is not a challenge. It literally is just me being with you every day, showing you what things you could be doing, what you can be doing to become the better version of yourself. And then the second chapter, after you tap into your limiting beliefs and you begin to heal from those limiting beliefs. Then in the second chapter is quantum leaping into your wealthy identity. You have the ability to quantum leap into that best version of you. And because you're quantum leaping into it, you can bypass some of the normal steps that it would take in order to get there, because by virtue of your focus, what do I say? Where your focus goes, energy flows. Where energy flows, manifestation soon follows. Can y'all see that banner down here at the bottom? Where I'm talking, where you can see, where you can grab Cracking the Abundance Code in the TikTok shop. I want you to go ahead and grab your copy right now. Okay, thank you, Fine Wine. Thank you, Britt. And when you grab your copy, I'm going to sign it. I'm going to personalize it. I'm going to ship it out to you immediately. I'm also going to put a little gift in there for you. And so, listen, you want to take your life to the next level. Cracking the Abundance Code is going to help you to do that. I think we did pretty good. Listen, we're going to go ahead and release our YouTube family. We're going to release them now, and then we're going to go ahead and kick off. We're gonna go ahead and kick off our after party over here on TikTok. Unfortunately, over here on YouTube, they don't let us party like we do over here. So we're gonna go ahead and release our YouTube family. Thank you so much for being on today. Thank you, Tabby. We enjoyed you being in here with us. Hopefully you'll come back. We're here every day, Monday through Thursday from 12 to 2. Thank you, Sunshine. I appreciate you being in here. Thank you, Janae. Thank you, Willis. I truly appreciate you guys for moderating over here on TikTok. So we're going to go ahead and wrap that up. And let me go ahead and see if we can grab, we're going to go ahead. And as we release our YouTube family, I don't know what is going on. Boy, I tell you, our internet is doing something special today. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to release it. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you, YouTube family. All right, later.